Taking a loss in trading is normal, but most traders, especially beginners, tend to take it as a big deal because they've not really understand the concept of probability. To keep it simple, probability is the odds of one thing happening against the other. Let's say, for example, you have a coin that have heads and tails. The probability of that coin becoming head or tail is 50%. And in trading, it's like that. We all have our probability depending on our edge. Let's say, for example, your hedge has a 50% chance of you winning, which means that 50% of your trades are going to be losers, while 50% of your trades are going to be winners. Putting that into trading, if you understand this concept, you're going to know that one particular loss doesn't really determine if your strategy works or not. A lot of traders make it a big deal because whenever they take the losses, the chances of them losing their account is close to 100%. Why? Because they're risking too much. So let's say, for example, you have a 1,000 account. If you're risking 50%, that means you're risking 500 euros. And many traders do that. I actually used to do this myself. When you do this, you get very attached to that trade working. And when it goes to your stop loss, you're going to feel very, very bad. Because one, you were risking too much. Two, you really didn't grasp the concept of probability. Why do I say that? I say that because if you understand the concept of probability, it means you don't know which trade is going to work. You might be close to knowing, but you might not really be 100% sure. For example, personally, when I'm trading, if I have a series of 3 losses, I know that maybe the next trade is going to be a winner. I'm not 100% sure, but I have this in my head because I know my data. For example, I know my data, like the maximum of losses I get before I get a win is like 4. And when I'm currently in 3 losing streak, I know that maybe the 4th one is going to be a winner. But I'm not 100% certain because you can never be certain because this is trading. This concept of probability has been going on for many, many years. This is the concept that the casinos actually use. That's why they make money year after year. If you go to a casino, most likely, the chances of you making money is very low. This is probability. The casino's owner, they know this concept. That's why they don't really bother when you make money after your 50th attempt. People make money from casino, but the probability is on the favor of the owners because they understand the concept of probability. In this to trading, if you understand that trading is all about probability, you're not going to risk too much. A lot of traders also make taking a loss a big deal because they tend to treat trading as a right or wrong game. But that's not the case. Trading is not about being right nor being wrong. You can be wrong and make money, and you can be right and lose money. The only thing that really matters is your strategy, your risk management, and your psychology, your mental capability, right? We all know that trading is 90% psychology and 10% your strategy. If you have this concept in your mind and you know that it's not about being right, you just have to follow your strategy. You have to follow the process step by step. Taking one loss shouldn't affect you too much because you understand that a loss is just a loss. It doesn't mean my strategy is bad, or it doesn't mean I'm a bad trader. Before I end this video, I also wanted to throw more light on the fact that there is a thing actually called a good loss. A good loss is when you take a trade and it's your strategy, it goes to stop loss. You're not really bothered about it because you know you followed your plan. The trade was pretty much your system, and you were not just trying to guess the trade. You were not trying to be right or wrong because you were following probability. So when you take this trade, all you gotta do is journal it as part of your system in the opposite side of probability. If you know this, it becomes very easy, you know. Before I end this video, I just wanted to say to traders out there, the fact that you're taking a loss doesn't mean your strategy is broken, doesn't mean that you're a bad trader. It just means that you were on the wrong side of probability. You just have to keep going, make sure your risk management, you're comfortable with it, make sure that you are trading according to a system that is backed by data. Another reason you could be frightened by the losses is because your strategy is not being backed by data. Speaking of strategy, you have a strategy that is backed with data. Have you back tested? Have you forward tested? These are all important concepts you should put in the back of your mind in order to trade more peacefully and in order not to stress too much about a trading loss. Trading losses, it's part of the game. Make sure all the losses you're taking are good losses. Good losses are losses that are backed by strategy, that was properly calculated. It wasn't just a guesswork. So if you do this, in the long run, you're going to be profitable. Anyways, I wanted to end this video right here. If you learned something from it, make sure to give it a like. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you everyone for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bless.